Miami, July 11th, 2026. Extra time is being played. England leads 2-1. Time is running out. And in the middle of the pitch, something happens that we're not used to seeing at a World Cup. Erling Haaland and the Vikings are defeated, bidding farewell to the tournament. Haaland walks over to Bellingham and embraces him. Not at the final whistle, not in the tunnel, not in the locker room either. During the match, as Norway is losing. This isn't a story. This is the attitude of two of the world's greatest footballers. 19 years old, loving each other like brothers. Rivals on the biggest international stage. Behaving exactly as they should. Like brothers. Like two people who care deeply for one another. In July 2020, Jude Bellingham left Birmingham City, the championship club he had grown up with since the age of 17, and transferred to German giants Borussia Dortmund. At the time, he became the most expensive teenager in Bundesliga history. He had never played a top-flight league match in England. He was joining a major club in a foreign country, in Germany. When Bellingham arrived, Haaland was already there. Despite being there for only 6 months, Haaland had already scored 31 goals. Haaland was 2 years older than him. Haaland played as a striker, Bellingham in midfield. Different players, different cultures, different footballing minds. Both had promised to give everything for the fans who filled Signal Iduna Park. What they built together at Dortmund over the following 2 years was something else entirely. Haaland was the lead actor of a demolition unit. Speed, explosiveness, power, and dynamism. Every quality sought in a modern striker was embodied in him alone. Bellingham was a maestro. Passing, pressing, timing, and positioning. Two stars were tearing through the Bundesliga together. They played 63 matches together. In 2021, they won the DFB Pokal, the German Cup. Haaland scored 27 goals that season. Bellingham had become one of the finest box-to-box midfielders in the world. Off the pitch, they became the duo their former coach Terzic would later call the Brothers of the Black and Yellow. September 2021. Borussia Dortmund had defeated Besiktas in the Champions League group stage. In his post-match interview, Haaland described his friend Bellingham as brilliant, marveling that his teammate was 3 years younger than him. Then Bellingham stepped into the frame, planted a small kiss on Haaland's cheek, and ran off. The expression on Haaland's face was pure happiness. The video went viral, racking up millions of views. Dortmund embraced it. All Dortmund fans called them the little brothers who play football. This beautiful friendship blossoming on the football pitch was something the whole footballing world should look up to. Numbers don't always carry statistical meaning alone. Sometimes they bear witness to emotional stories too. They played 63 matches together. 43 wins out of those 63. And 1 trophy won. And the duo earned their coach's endless trust, not through tactics or game understanding alone, but through pure trust. Whenever the two of them were on the pitch, everyone felt at ease. In the 2-1-2-2 season, Haaland's last at Dortmund, he scored 29 goals in 30 matches. Bellingham, meanwhile, had become a star the world would soon come to know, practically the definition of a box-to-box midfielder. After Haaland left, Bellingham was asked about him. "He's a good friend of mine," he said. "We had some great years together." These words cemented the brotherhood between the two. Haaland moved to Manchester City in June 2022. Bellingham moved to Real Madrid in June 2023. Two brothers, off to the world's biggest clubs for a new challenge. They would eventually become rivals when the Champions League draw paired them. Even in separation, their friendship continued. Haaland kept sending Bellingham messages throughout the 2022 World Cup. Norway wasn't at that World Cup, but Haaland was watching his closest friend from afar. When the two met again in the Champions League, those familiar images appeared on social media once more. Laughter, shirt swaps, congratulating one another. The two friends were the reason behind some of the most beautiful, rarely seen moments on the pitch. The match started at a rapid pace. What made, and would go on to make, this match special was that Haaland and Bellingham, through their professionalism and friendship, stood as an example to football fans across the world. Norway took the lead through a shot from Andreas Schjelderup. Without a break before halftime, in the final minutes Bellingham took the ball through the Norwegian players and found the net. The score was now 1-1. In the second half, the momentum of the match shifted. Norway took control of possession and dominated the game, creating chance after chance. Sorloth, in a wide-open position, chose to shoot instead of passing to Haaland, squandering a huge opportunity. England held on, and the match went to extra time. Early in extra time, England attacked and Morgan Rogers took a shot. Nyland parachuted the ball and Bellingham finished it off. The score was now 2-1. Bellingham, England's playmaker and maestro, stamped his mark on this crucial match with 2 goals, a testament to being in the right place, at the right time. In the final minutes, for Haaland and his team, he walked toward Bellingham. Not to argue, not to protest, just to embrace his friend. Even with 11 minutes of extra time still remaining. Because that pitch wasn't just there for playing football, but for a friendship that would last forever. That's a beautiful goal. You deserve it. Friendship is bigger than the result. England won the match 2-1. Bellingham was the man of the match with 2 goals, a complete tournament performance from a midfielder. Haaland, meanwhile, had failed to convert the chances he created. ESPN ran a comment along the lines of Bellingham's dominant display eclipsed Erling Haaland. It was the first match of the World Cup in which Haaland had been stopped, and the man who stopped him was the one who knew him best. Norway was eliminated. Haaland still left his mark on the tournament with 6 goals. The goals he scored, and where he ended up, once again justified calling him a superstar. The match against Brazil in particular would never be forgotten. After the final whistle, the players reunited. Haaland and Bellingham stood at the center of the pitch. The cameras weren't specifically capturing this moment. As always, it was a genuine, heartfelt moment. An embrace with the warmth that shows real friends are always friends, no matter the moment. The way you hug someone you haven't seen in a while and know you won't see again for a long time. That's what sport is like, especially when it comes to football. 2 people who spent years together suddenly become rivals. They fight under the grip of the will to win, right up until the very end. Life forced these 2 friends to become rivals at the World Cup. Then the tournament ended, but the friendship, in contrast, will last a lifetime. I'm sure Bellingham received a congratulatory message from his friend. They are the best of friends at this tournament. They've always been this way. We are the Cup Files. And this was the story of the brothers of the black and yellow. And the night one of them had to say goodbye.